Hello, great people. The Minister of FCT and struggling godfather of River State, Neysom Wike, may have escaped sack from the president cabinet, but then he's running fast into trouble because the North are moving against him and the report is beginning to get to the president. In this video, I'll be telling you how Neysom Wike is running into trouble, how the report is getting to the president, what may likely come out of it, and what the president would eventually decide and why he would take that particular decision itself. Now, let's get into it. What is bringing trouble for Wike? What is putting Wike against the North? Three things. And this thing happened successively, quickly. Now, if this thing had happened before the ministerial something, the cabinet reshuffle was announced, maybe Neysom Wike couldn't have survived it. But then he survived it because some of this thing happened immediately after the cabinet reshuffle was done. And one thing about President Bola Tinubu is he doesn't like to hear stories. He doesn't like to hear bad report about his appointees. It pays him that he's not hearing any report about you. But once he begin to hear bad reports, say people they bring your matter come, it to be an issue for him. And that was what led to the sack of this woman, Uju Kennedy, the immediate past minister of women affairs, because people they bring a matter come. Now, the matter where people they bring go, now that of Neysom Wike. And who are the people bringing his matter? It is the North, based on three things. Number one is that Neysom Wike, you may have seen the video whereby he was kind of like trying to harass or talk rudely to the developers over land. Now, don't forget that Neysom Wike is from the Niger Delta. He's not a northerner. The Abuja land, you can say, oh, it belongs to the federal government because it is the federal capital territory. But the truth is, the Abuja land is a northern land. So the developers there who are who kind of like originated from that region, some of them speak the language, some of them know the culture, or should I say, some of them are more Abujanized, if I can use that word, than Neysom Wike himself. So the way Neysom Wike kind of like approached them, the way he spoke to them, and these things have gone viral. And don't forget that Bola Tinubu does not have a good political leaning. He's not strong politically in Abuja. You remember what happened in the court? Peter will be the case, oh, Abuja 25% and all that. I'll get to that in a moment. But the truth is, the people are complaining that one, the way Neysom Wike approach those people, the implication is that it's going to attract, the wrath of people in similar trade. Because if you talk rudely to developers and developers are scared or they are not being treated well, it will affect bricklayers, it will affect welders, it will affect carpenters, it will affect cement sellers. So property development is something that brings a whole lot of artisans together, and this report is getting to the presidency. I've told you one. Now let me tell you the second one. The second one is the issue of the beggars. You may have seen the video how Neysom Wike treated those beggars, and he told them that he is giving them just few days to leave. And those people are saying that we are not even happy that we are begging. It is condition that is making us to beg. Now, it is not removing those beggars that is an issue, but the way Neysom Wike approached them, the way he went about everything is what is an issue. And you know that in Nigeria, even beggars get voters card. You understand? Even beggars they vote. And once you kind of like misbehave to beggars, and the beggars definitely they are from a particular ethnic group, mainly from the North, and they will gain sympathy from the person where they sell ofio, the person where they sell ureke, that's sugarcane, the person where the aboki where they sell pepper. So they will gain sympathy from them, and once they gain that sympathy, trust me, it will be a problem for Bola Tinubu, because Bola Tinubu, whether anybody likes it or not, is looking forward to 2027, and it will be another blow for him to lose in FCT. When he lost in FCT, he wasn't the president. So him now losing in FCT when he's the president is a big blow for him. And people believe that, especially people close to the president, they believe that Neysom Wike is not doing much to brighten the fortunes of the president in FCT. Rather, his actions has been largely that is damaging the political capital of the president. That instead of him to raise the political capital, his action has been dwindling the political capital, and this is a concern to people in the presidency. Now, the third issue is that of C of O. C of O, that's certificate of occupancy. Neysom Wike has been using his office to kind of like to fight real and imaginary enemies. If he thinks that maybe you are pro Fubara, or maybe you don't belong to his faction in PDP, or he doesn't like your face, or he just feel you are an imaginary enemy, you may not necessarily be real. So he's going to come for you. And that is why you see that the people in the PDP, some of them have decided to keep quiet. Not because Wike is not somebody that they can talk to, but because some of them have property and business interests in FCT. And they know that if they come out and speak against Wike, Wike is somebody that he lacks the temperament. He doesn't know how to handle temper. He will just go against your business interests or your property interests. And some of them have choicy houses in Maitama and all these eyebrow areas. Property that worth, some of them, with all the effects inside, some houses there worth about 1 billion naira. Or more than self. So imagine in a Tinubu economy, you want to criticize Wike and lose your property and business interests. You know, you go reason say, Shena me be Baba or Mama Nigeria. Well, make her keep quiet, make my business interests they go sell and sell. You understand that kind of a thing. So people are getting the report is getting to the president that the way this guy is revoking CFO. You remember when he came on board, one of the first things he said is that people should come and renew CFO, and it's somehow that government is continuing. Successive government have given them CFO. You came in and said people should come and renew CFO. That sounds strange. So Neysom Wike has been using that office to harass his real and imaginary enemies. Now, Neysom Wike, but being a minister of FCT, ought to be giving report to the president and be giving orders and be taking orders from the president. Now, why do FCT as a minister instead of a governor? You know, FCT as minister, and the Supreme Court in the judgment of Peter Obi Atiku versus Bola Tinubu, the 2023 presidential election, says that the FCT is equivalent to a state. So why does FCT have a minister? It is for one thing, to avoid power tussle. They want the framers of the constitution want the president to fully be in charge of FCT. Now imagine that the president is from APC. Maybe there's a governor in FCT and the governor is now from the PDP, and the governor is not in good terms with the president. That means that the governor will be using his powers against the president. The president will be using his power against the governor as well. So to prevent such a situation whereby there will be power tussle, that's why the framers of the constitution said, let there be a minister in FCT in such a way that the minister will not be elected. He or she will be appointed. And you know that when you are appointed, you will naturally be loyal to the person that appointed you. You get the arithmetic, you will be loyal to the person that appointed you. So that means that if there's a minister, your boss is the president. So in other words, the president is still in charge of FCT. He is more like the landlord, not because of anything, but because they want him to be in charge so that there won't be a running power tussle between him and any other person in such a way that it will not be undermining his office. So it is just like a privilege or a respect to whoever the president is, and to avoid power tussle. Now, there's one thing we need to look at. Tinubu lost in FCT, and he may lose again if Wike's conduct is anything to go by. And you know that the 2027 election, Tinubu as a power-oriented guy will not want to lose for any reason. You and I know that. So the thing is, because he doesn't want to lose again, and Neysom Wike is doing something that can make him lose, definitely the president may want to kind of like ease him out. But then there is a problem. The problem is that Neysom Wike, in the mind of the president, does not fit into any other office as a minister than that of FCT. Why? The president knows that Neysom Wike is a power guy, like he loves power so much, and they don't want him to have that power, but they want to keep him in their circle. so that he can be doing the dirty job, like create conflict in PDP and all that. You understand? Just as he has been doing. So they don't really want to put him in any other ministry whereby his jurisdiction will be the whole of Nigeria. You know, if you are a minister, a senior minister, if you are FCT minister, you are the least in rank because your territory is just Abuja. And they love to keep Wike there so that he doesn't spread his political tentacles across Nigeria, and now come back to use that political spread that he has been able to gain, political acceptability, to now use it to hunt Tinubu in 2027, because they know that presidential ambition in Nigeria doesn't die very quickly. So the thing is, what I suspect is that at the end of the day, what will be the way forward? The president may tell Wike to be reporting his actions to maybe the chief of staff or secretary to the government of the federation, and or secretary to the government of the federation. And Neysom Wike doesn't like such a thing. You understand? He likes to be given free hand. So that means that it may not be all rosy between Neysom Wike and the presidency, that they are party to party. You understand? Maybe short-lived if Tinubu eventually takes that such action as expected, as people are suspecting that Tinubu may take such action just to put him in check. You understand? Because being minister of the FCT is to do something that will brighten the fortunes of the president. You remember Neysom Wike in the same FCT is in a running battle with Senator Ireti Kingibe. I hope I get that name right. I'm not sure whether it's Ireti, but I'm sure it is Kingibe. Senator Kingibe, that he was boasting that the senator would not return. It is the same Wike that allegedly took the land of Julius Berger and gave it, and is now currently using it to build house for judges. You see that Nigeria can be a very funny country. If they take your land, they can't give am to judges. Where you want run to retrieve your land, na court you fit run to, and na the person where you want go meet, na him they give your land to. So you can see that Neysom Wike, you know, it's a very interesting personality, but I hope he gets his politics right so that he doesn't get edged out of the president clique. But the truth be say, Tinubu will eventually release him last, but it's just kind of like keeping him in check so that it can be useful for his re-election in 2027. It's been an interesting time with you guys on this episode of Politing with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Dr. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we relax, where we analyze politics and happenings in the polity. So do well to subscribe, do well to turn on your notification button, and of course, do well to catch up with my past videos, and I have great videos coming up for you. I'm just around the corner. Till I see you just very soon. I love you all sincerely.